Hi, everyone. So excited to be back. I hope you are excited for the holiday break. I know that I am really looking forward to spending some time with my family and also just with myself, having some me time to reset and recharge. Wanted to take today to give thanks and in the spirit of that, just share some life updates. It's been a busy month. I love the holidays. They're like my favorite time of the year, but I also at the same time feel like sometimes by the time I get to like the holidays, I'm trying to stay present, but it can be hard when I'm always on the go. And when I do manage to eventually let myself slow down and remember, like, practice patience, like being present in those moments, I'm finding that leads to great and natural connections with people and also like with experiences. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because it's been such a chaotic month in a sense. And really, for me, a lot of it's just feeling like I'm trying to juggle so many things and also still make time for my own personal goals and like dreams. And that can be hard when you're like challenging when you're juggling. And, I don't know if you ever have those moments when you feel like you're trying so hard to stay positive and be patient and like practice patience, but you're tired. That is the state of mind that I feel like I've had lately at times. Can see myself kind of approaching just because girl's tired. She needs to rest. And so much has happened this year, like moving in with Marco for the first time and moving across country, moving back to California and getting acclimated there, and just lots of life experiences, like big milestones I feel like I've had this year. They've been amazing, and each one of them has been a great experience, like whether even despite the challenges and, bumps along the road, overall, I've learned about myself and am growing into a person that I am loving, embracing myself, and making sure that I don't lose myself to all of these tasks and things in life that I maybe like also have to do because that's just my reality right now. And I don't know if this is making sense to anybody that's listening, but in those moments for me lately, watching reality TV and like Christmas movies have been the thing that like helped me relax when I'm starting to feel like, oh, I just need to rest and getting me time, but like in a productive way, at least for me, is what I tell myself when I watch reality TV because I do really enjoy seeing like new perspectives and like learning more just about people. And I find reality shows fascinating just in the fact that, these people put themselves out there. And a lot of them nowadays, I feel like people are really like sharing experiences that they're going through that aren't all glamorous, but just a part of life sometimes. And that's what I resonate with too, is just seeing these people navigate it like in front of a camera. And granted, not everyone does it gracefully, but it is still inspiring to see people like living their truth and putting their truth out there, making it feel okay and more normal for everyone else to do that too. So, shout out to people who are living their truth and spreading kindness and good energy. It's very inspiring for me to see and also inspires me to do the same. I feel like this year I have been intentional in practicing more like kindness and empathy and patience and giving myself grace. That one's still, work in progress, but I am also connecting with so many more people as I'm doing these things that are like having positive impacts on my life. So I'm here for it. And yeah, just thank you to everyone out there that is trying to spread the love. And that means loving yourself too, which made me just think of RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't want to butcher the quote on the spot, but Ru says, if you can't love yourself, how is anyone else going to love you? Which totally true. And that is one of the reasons why I love that show. And if you've never watched, highly recommend RuPaul's Drag Race. You can watch it on Paramount Plus, I believe. It used to be on VH1, but I think a lot of the seasons are on Paramount Plus now. Anywho, highly recommend all of it. is so entertaining, just good vibes, definitely different perspectives, which is another thing that I love. So, and here for the fashion and the comedy. So, having this podcast in a way has been a creative outlet and a way to hold myself accountable to go after my dreams. This is something that I've come to realize as I am starting to reflect on this year. And just when I have moments when I feel like I am maybe tired and, don't have the energy, but I know that recording every week is something that fills my cup up and is something I used to dream about, like having my own podcast, but thought it was unrealistic and honestly doubted myself, maybe because I didn't want to fail or it just seemed daunting. And while it has been challenging and having a podcast is not easy, I think maintaining one can be challenging, but you have to really, I think, like, have a passion and a purpose to why you're doing it. That definitely helps. And in continuing my podcast, I feel like I've really continue to push myself out of my comfort zone in ways that are helping me grow. And I'm really liking the person I'm growing into. And I'm so happy that this is my outlet because this used to be a dream of mine and now it's a reality. And that's pretty awesome to think about. I mean, I've spoken about it before, but very thankful to, Marco, my boyfriend, who really encouraged me to go after it and who helps me, keep it alive because he's my editor. It's, yeah, wild to think about, but very thankful for him and just all of the encouragement from anyone who's listening and has, shown their support. It is very much appreciated. It makes my day. Honestly, I usually will tell Marco, like, if I get, just any sort of like positive energy that comes back to me, or even just, like knowing that this episode, might be relatable to you or you might resonate with it or just encourage you to like be open to a new perspective. I love that and that makes me happy. So I love to share my happy moments with Marco so he hears all about them. Here's to chasing our dreams and also sharing our life experiences and learnings because I feel like there's so much we can connect on as people, especially because we're all, at this point living in the same world, even if we're in our own little worlds. We're still in the grander scheme of things dealing with the same big issues like global warming and inflation and, just lots of things that impact us all. So I feel like sharing our life experiences will maybe also help us relate more to one another in a way if we're open to new perspectives and grow as a result. So that I think is pretty cool, but maybe that's not cool with everyone, which is totally fine. You do you. I'm gonna do me. Giving thanks is something I'm trying to practice like in real life more, whether that is like in person with random small interactions, but also just spreading the thanks. I love it when someone tells me thank you, especially when it's unexpected or shares appreciation, even for something that, like, for instance, in my 9 to 5 job is like my job to do. It's nice to actually like feel thanked for it because, like we're people and we're human beings and we have feelings and, although we work to make a living, we're more than our job and our role and responsibilities in a sense. Like there's more to us, So I think it's nice to thank people and, even just for like leaning in when they lean in, like actually acknowledging that they're doing that and not just like it should be their job to do it or thanking people for helping out. Even though they're getting paid to do it, they're still people. And I think a little bit of gratitude is not too much to ask for. And just acknowledging that we are more than our jobs or roles in each other's life. That goes for like relationships too. Like that's something that I really love with Marco is we thank each other. We still thank each other for things, even like little things where, you wouldn't necessarily feel like you need a thank you. It's very often that like he or I will just thank each other. And like for instance, today, we had a cute heart to heart moment after he got home from work and we like chatted, caught up a bit because previously in the entirety of us like living together and being together all the time because we went from long distance to visiting each other, but Marco always had a remote job and so did I. So I had a good sense of what his day was like, always. So now he and his new job, he goes to work in person. I work from home still, so there's more to catch up on at the end of the day, which is a new dynamic of our relationship. And it's been nice to like get to catch up, at the end of the day together and fill each other in and on things because we weren't like seeing it pretty much firsthand. It's been nice to take time to be present as much as I want to like keep watching Real Housewives because that's what I was doing before Marco came on. Or like, continuing to do what I want to do. Moments when I've taken time to be present and actually connect with them, I feel like it's brought us closer. I just wanted to share that because I feel like it can be easy to, get in that groove of being in our own worlds, even when we like share environment, with someone, like whether that be a roommate or like a significant other or parents or siblings, So just taking little moments to connect, I highly encourage it. And I think being present is a good thing. We all deserve our time to veg out. There are definitely times when Marco was like, I need to just like watch TV in silence. Not in a mean way, but like we've already caught up and have chatted, and I like just am so chatty that he's like, I'm cool with just watching TV right now. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. Like everyone needs time to veg out and because our hours are also different, by the time he comes home and maybe wants to veg out, I've already like vegged out a bit. So I'm like, time to chat. Those dynamics are fun to navigate with him too. Definitely learning more about each other as things have unexpectedly changed, maybe for the better. It's great to keep learning about each other and grow. And, we're both continuing to also grow too. So I'm excited to get a little downtime with him this upcoming week. And we're doing a fun Winterfest thing in Orange County with my sister. I'm just going to start calling her my sister and my niece and nephew and my other, I mean, she's basically my sister too. My sisters are like my cousins are like my sisters. So I know I feel like I always sound like I don't know what I'm talking about when I describe them, but I'm going to go with my family to Winterfest. It is going to be so much fun. And there's supposed to be sledding there. And I have never done sledding before. So stoked for that. Also terrified slightly because Marco is from Chicago and he's been sledding, his whole life. And I feel like his idea of sledding is probably like adrenaline, like going fast down the mountain. And I'm like, I want to go slow. I like would like to get to the bottom in one piece and all of my limbs intact. So that should be interesting. Um, and then love Christmas vibes. So very excited to get to be in like Christmas on steroids in a sense. Those events and things, they're not like a regular thing. So I feel like every once in a while is fun. So excited for some family time and the turkey. Turkey, it is what it is. Usually, when we do Thanksgiving with my family, there's also some Mexican traditional dishes in there. So maybe that'll appear this year too, because I'm going to be home and spending it with my family, I mean, they're all Mexican, but I feel like when I've been in New York and done Thanksgiving, it's a little bit more like traditional American Thanksgiving. So it's nice to get to merge the two together because, my aunt can cook and I am so excited. Can't wait to sleep in too. It's going to be good times. Black Friday deals. I'm trying to get as many Christmas gifts as I can over Black Friday, which is not my strategy always, but I love a good deal, as all of you know. And I also love options. And typically, when I wait till last minute, I still get some really great things, but I feel like I'll like stumble upon things and then I'm like, oh man, like even better deal. Who doesn't love a deal? So that being said, Black Friday shopping online, where it's at. Hopefully, I'll get some good things. I'm not expecting to be completely finished with my list, but would love to make a good little dent in it. We're gonna do Secret Santa with my family through Elfster. And if you aren't familiar, it's like a website where you can do Secret Santas easily. Super easy. You just create a login and then get everyone who wants to participate, like name and emails, so that way they can log in and then it randomizes it and assigns everyone like Secret Santa. So and you can put in like a wish list and like actually like hyperlink things. Super easy, very user friendly. I mean, I do it with my family, and we have different generations involved. So, and different levels of tech savviness, and everyone has managed multiple years to figure it out. So, highly recommend. We're actually doing one at my like 9 to 5 job too that I volunteered myself to help run because, as you know, if you've listened before, I love Christmas. So, and just encouraging and also connecting with other people, which Secret Santas definitely like help do that. At least the ones that I've participated in. So here for Secret Santas and all of the holiday activities. I am very excited for 2024 and December. I can't believe it's already almost here. So let it be easy. That is something that I am really trying to practice. It is challenging sometimes. I have days where I'm like, I get so caught up in things and maybe like thinking of all the things that need to be done that slows me down. And then I'm like, all right, focus, do one thing at a time. It's like they actually say that multitasking is worse because you're constantly jumping between multiple things. And when I say they, I feel like I definitely have read this. So I'm trying to break the habit of multitasking slowly because I mean, I feel like as women and we have to multitask, like that's just, I don't know, it's how we were socialized, just having a great ability to multitask, in my opinion. So while I am a great multitasker, I'm also trying to like keep in mind, like, all right, need to focus on this thing, get that thing done, move on to the next thing, prioritize. I'm really trying to put that to practice because I feel like when I do have my priorities in order and I'm like giving myself some grace, like really not putting too much pressure on myself for things that aren't a priority, I'm not as stressed. I feel like I have some control over like really just like my energy, and that's important to me. So just wanted to share my thoughts on that because I feel like a lot of people might resonate, and give yourself grace, give others grace too, even when it's hard. And it can be really hard, but like I've said before, you never know what someone's going through. And I feel like having some empathy, patience sometimes can be like easier said than done, speaking from experience. So I just wanted to pay it forward with that PSA because I feel like I had a moment today where I was like, oh, kind of like at my wit's end and like didn't want to practice patience, but just talking to like one person and then realizing that they like have so much they're dealing with too and can practice patience and empathy, like it really does inspire me to do the same. So grateful to people around me that are just being kind, and kindness, it is a strength, not a weakness. That is, I feel, a fact. there's a spectrum to everything, but I feel like in general, being kind, you know, it's it takes a lot of effort and it is a strength, and it's easy to be not kind, I feel, and be more reactive. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday and Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. If not, I hope that you enjoy your downtime, however much downtime you have. Take some time for yourself. Do something for you that is going to fill your cup up today. Try to be present in the moment when you're doing that thing for yourself. You'd be surprised how good it feels, and can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Music and editing done by Marco. You can find him at midnight, MIDNITE_mind80 on Instagram for more of his work.